To prepare your 2D cutout, you will need a few items. You can use either 1/4 inch or thicker plywood or MDF board as your base. Tools you will need include a jigsaw, spray bottle, squeegee, tape measure, clamps, a pencil, an X-Acto knife, and 220 grit sandpaper sheet or disc with sander. The first step is to clamp your artwork down to trim it out using your X-Acto knife. Trim carefully right where the artwork edges meet the white background. Next, you will set the trimmed artwork onto your backboard and trace the edge outline. Use blocks of wood to protect the art as you clamp it to the board. Using your pencil, carefully trace the edge of the artwork onto the backboard. The next step is to trim the backboard using a jigsaw. If your saw has a reciprocation adjustment, set it to 0 or no reciprocation to prevent it from chewing through the wood and creating a rough edge. When you trim the backboard, cut about 1/4 inch outside of the pencil line all the way around. This will leave a bit of the board showing, but we will paint it black. This gives you a little more wiggle room when you apply your graphic and means that your cut does not have to be ultra precise. If you do not leave this extra bit, then your graphic will be positioned right at the edges and will be susceptible to being frayed. After cutting out the shape, sand the side edges with a 220 grit sandpaper. You should also round the corners off a little bit all the way around the top of the backboard. Next, you will paint the edges and facing with a primer. We use a high build automotive primer from Rust-Oleum, which works well on both plywood and MDF. After priming, sand again with the 220 grit. The next step is to paint it with flat black paint, again followed by sanding. If you sand off any of the edges and the wood is exposed, simply spray the exposed areas again with the flat black paint. The final step is to apply the graphic to the backboard. We use a few drops of dish soap into the spray bottle, then fill it with water. The soapy mixture helps with adhesion, plus allows you to slide the graphic around until it is in the perfect place on the board. It is helpful to have a friend to assist you here. You may need a couple of attempts to get the artwork to sit just right. Finally, use the squeegee to push out any air bubbles. Our squeegee is a piece of acrylic with the soft loop edge of Velcro wrapped around one end. If a bubble won't budge, use the X-Acto knife to make a small pinprick to release the air and squeegee the graphic flat. And there you have it, your beautiful 2D cutout is finished.